Welcome everybody to part 6 of Final Fantasy Dawntrail expansion, Final Fantasy 14, sorry. Yeah, we're going to try to actually get somewhere in MSQ today. Let's start on, we'll check our retainers here, and then we will start getting into it. Hope everybody's having a good Sunday evening, or start to their evening. But yeah. Grab this here. There we go. We'll work on our Wondrous Tales too. I did the last book I had last night. I finished it up and got a new one. Head to where we gotta go. Get this story underway. We did the first dungeon or whatever yesterday, so we should stop here for the night. I understand the desire to rush ahead, but we need to recuperate from our punishing river adventure. Then let's settle in. We need to cook fire, and there's meal preparation to be done.
I've been meaning to ask, but how does one become the adopted child of the Dawn Servant?
I was but a ball of fuzz at the time, so I don't remember much. My earliest memories are of life in the palace. All I know is that I was born in Ikbrash, a village in Yaktel. But I've never bothered to return there. As far as I'm concerned, Lul Jaja is my only parent.
I quite understand. I have no memories of my birth parents either. For a while, I wanted to learn who they were. But over time, that curiosity waned. Galuf was my dear grandfather, and he was all I needed.
So our situations were quite similar. Even though Papa already had a trueborn son, he raised me and Kona with no less love. One time, I'd wandered off alone into the forest and gotten lost. Before I became a meal for some beast, Papa dropped everything and came to my rescue. I was scared and sobbing and ready for a scolding. But the head of resolve praised me for surviving the ordeal. I did get my lecture from the head of reason, though. He went on and on about the dangers of the jungle and all the horrible ways I could have died. Growing up, Papa was kind and patient, but a tyrant when it came to training. Now, of course, I realize he was preparing me for my duties as a promise. For all the good it did. There's so much I failed to learn about my own country. Whether it's alpacas or Ihihana, I hardly know anything. I've lived such a sheltered life, yet convinced myself I understood Tural and its people. I don't have Kona's education, or Zoralja's strength. I'm all bluff and bravado, not fit to bear my title.
You can't measure worth by the success of others. Why do you want the throne?
Don't compare myself to my siblings, you mean? I think I see what you're saying. My reasons for joining the contest have nothing to do with my brothers. It's always been about the Turali and what I can do for them.
You said it yourself. How important it is to properly know something. To hear the voices of others, empathize with how they feel, and think how best to serve. In so doing, you'll come ever closer to being the person you wish to be.
I'm sorry, everyone. I've been a fool. From this moment on, I'll stop trying to be the promise I'm not. I won't feign strength to hide my weaknesses. Step by step, I'll learn all there is to know and love about Tulihyolal and my fellow Turali. It might not be the smoothest path, but it'll be a path of my own making.
Good, stop being a fucking pain in the ass. Stop
I will
moaning and
find the
groaning
city
and
of
actually
gold
do it.
for all of us, along with the answers you seek about your grandfather, Kryl. I swear.
I appreciate it, Wuklamart. But you needn't take on that burden as well. Galuf Baldessian dedicated his life to protecting people from all manner of threats. As his granddaughter, I wouldn't wish to endanger others for the sake of a personal investigation. So let's just concentrate on winning the contest. We have a shared goal, and, if at all possible, I'd rather we enjoy the journey.
Hear, hear. We are companions on the same road, bound for the same destination. With our combined talents, nothing will stop us from reaching the Golden City.
Thank you. Thank you all. I am proud to call you my friends.
Meanwhile, in the second Promises camp.
Thank you. Thank you all. I am proud to call you my friends.
They seem to be enjoying themselves. Are you sure you don't want to go and say a word to your sister?
Nay, there is no need for that. But what of you two? Uklamat's allies are your comrades. It must feel strange to be rivals.
Helping you has made us rivals, aye. But we're not about to break into fisticuffs over it. Unless, of course, it is a matter of winning or losing the contest. Then I'll have no qualms about putting Alize on her rear.
Despite our long history, never have I been given the chance to test myself against our companions. The thought stirreth within me a most unexpected sense of competition.
Lamachi has surrounded herself with distinguished figures indeed. One of the Studium's finest graduates, the head of the students of Bardessian. And then, there's Eorzea's vaunted champion. If he's half the hero you say, then the odds are stacked against us. Not that I have any intention of bowing out. Our time in Urkelpacha only served to strengthen my resolve. We saw how a single storm cut off the alpaca roots and threw my people's lives into disarray. Such uncertainties are why I advocate for the adoption of Sharlayan innovations, that Tuli Yolal might know greater stability and prosperity. Our nation can change for the better. And I will be the man to change it.
Well, it's a start. I imagine your experiences on this journey, all the things you'll hear and feel and think, will help you refine that approach. But to return to the subject of the rite, I'm a touch concerned by the condition for victory. The claimant who breaks the seal becomes Dawnservant, not the one who performed the 7 feats first.
The would-be victor need only possess the 7 keystones.
That is correct. As the contest wears on, we must brace ourselves for greater conflict.
Oh, hey, Manliness. Let me see what that says. Give me a second. For whatever reason, part of it is cut off on Streamlabs.
Your rivals still lag behind.
Look, a guy trying to score with Aubrey. I'm going to make a run at that horse again. Ice Crown takes about 30 to 40 minutes to run. Oh, nice. Yeah, good luck, dude. That's invincible, right? If I'm not mistaken, I think I have that mount. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I have that. I forget how I got it. I think I might have ran it myself and got it. Or I was with a buddy because I think personal loot was on or something. ended up going to me.
The second and third promise may have recruited competent lackeys, but none compared to you. How can they hope to compete with the resilient son? The only child ever sired by a two-head. Only the ignorant or foolish could fail to see that you were born to be Dawn's servant.
Maybe one day I'll resub to that and play through the new stuff.
Such titles mean nothing. I neglected to mention. When I first heard the rumors that the contest involved the Golden City, I spoke in confidence with Gulul Jaja's inner circle. They all agreed on one thing. Whoever reaches the City of Gold will attain a power so great, it can dictate the course of history.
Interesting.
If this power truly exists, then I humbly beg a fair share of it. Time is passing, and I would put my plans in motion without delay. The useless tool is cast aside after all. And just so there is no misunderstanding, you consent to this course, no matter who is made to suffer.
In battle, everyone bleeds. The Dawn's promise is no exception. What better lesson to teach our people the folly of war?
Interesting. So you got two warmongering, hungry bastards, and then two that want to actually bring some real prosperity and change to the Lord. Earlier with Baku Jaja.
I was hoping for a good scrap, but this bloated sack of bile was no challenge at all. I wonder if the house cat is dead yet. Be ashamed to lose a plaything, but we'd still have two more.
If I may ask, Chosen One, what are your plans for Tuliolal after you take the throne?
Plans? What makes you think we care about all that? We care only about the contest and proving our superiority. That would surely please Mother and Father.
Interesting. As we learn some motives.
Yes, and when we become Dawn's servant, we'll drive out the weakling masses and invite our kid to live in the city. Fine idea! Our family deserves better than that rotten jungle. But do it then. We must catch up to that one-headed pretender and remind him of the natural order.
I made it.
I thought we were missing someone. Where have you been?
Oh, I feared I was done for when I fell from the boat. Yet somehow I made it.
Who's gonna kill him?
Oh, my arms. I can Barely lift them. If I could just rest a moment.
You expect us to wait for you? Those who can't keep up will be left behind.
My brother has spoken. March, or be fodder for the beasts.
But I followed the teachings. Everything I've done, everything I've sacrificed, all has been for the blessed seedlings. Wait. Don't leave me behind. I'm begging you.
What a dick. Alright. Being able to say those things have brought me such relief. It's like a stone has been lifted off my chest, and I can take a full breath at last. I don't want to encumber myself like that again. I want to be better. We'll be better for myself and for my people. Oh, new weapon, 655. I can give that to my my Dark Knight, I think. The Moblin settlement of Earthenshire is not far from here, but be warned, the road will be taking his favorite hunting ground for bandits. With the stairs currently impassable, there will be fewer travelers, meaning the brigands will be desperate for victims to ambush. Although, considering present company, I suppose my concern is unwarranted. Bandits on the road. What have Zoraljal and the Landsguard been doing? Seems it's up to me to restore order to the area. And off she goes again. For now, we'll head west and aim for the bank of the second river. Right. Actually, while we're at it, let's get this fate. Holy shit, what am I, stunned? There we go. Here, try not to die. Kill me, you damn chocobo. stunned for whatever the fuck reason. Shit. Damn it. Took on too much at once. I figured I had my chocobo out before that even happened. Hey, where the fuck was that, thing? You can't tell me it finished already. Oh, it's down here. The hell, it's over already? Hmm. Wow, where are these bandits? Apparently they're not foolish enough to attack a party of this size. Shire is just a little further ahead on the opposite bank of Quebec Zoma. But let's remain vigilant all the same. I could just freaking do that. Nah, I'm not that far from it. Can't wait until I get flying though in this area. So I can just fly the hell around and get to places quicker in the zone. Especially like Fates. Get old Jabram Malone. Hey, this is John and Trados. How's work going? This is it. The village where the Relay of Pox from the Tolilio saga took place. Earthenshire, Ildeshire. Might the similarity be a cultural inclination? I wonder. Yeah, I'm gonna probably be playing until like 8:30. Yeah, of course. I'll go where we work. Of course it's terrible. The settlements themselves couldn't be more different, though. This shire appears custom built to resemble Potts, while the other is a repurposed town. So much unskippable RP in this raid. Yeah, Ice Crown was like that. Yes, Johnny, good to see you catching up on the MSQ. Yeah. Mainliness is running for Invincible in Ice Crown Citadel. He's solo running it. Oh, these guys, these gobos, their armor looks interesting. Welcome to Earthenshire. Do I have the pleasure of happy greeting the third promise and her retinue? That's us. We're looking for the Dawn Servant's Elector. If you happen to know who that is.
You are exchanging tongue flaps with her right now. Redrook is the Elector you seek.
Oh, that's helpful. We can cut straight to the performing the feat.
As much as the Redrook would like to do just that, we have a much more pressing warning. The storm which hit our village shattered the cliffs and dropped rocks on our brain cases. Many help hands from the Potsworn were injured. This is no time for feats or metal tests.
I'm sorry to hear that. I'm learning what the storm did to the stairs. I feared you'd been caught in its path. Not to change the subject, but what are the Potsworn? The fuck is that voice? That's the Gobbo. That's my voice for the Gobbo. Goldsmiths contracted to work for the Moblins. The words come from the pot-like workshops where they practice their craft. The Moblins provide these Potsworn with tools, materials, living quarters, everything the artisans could possibly need. This allows them to concentrate on producing what is widely known as the finest gold and metalwork in Twirl. This is unacceptable. I was promised no distractions. If this is the best they can offer, I should have never left whatchamacallit. I don't know how the fuck to say that.
You see the Potsworn desert us, without even healthily help hands. We are failing to uphold our side of the pot pact. Should all our Potsworn leave, Earthenshire will grind to a halt. We have to do something, and do it soon.
Then let us stand in for the injured helpers. It would give me the chance to learn more about your people and your village, and if it brings us closer to beginning the feat, then all the better. This isn't strictly part of the contest, so don't feel obligated to join in. Take a rest while you can. Of course I'll help. You don't like my voices, Johnny? Shadows? I was hoping you'd say that. I actually wasn't sure I could do this on my own. Well, I'll help. And I doubt any of us could just sit around and watch.
We'll take every help hand we can. Ridgerock trust swears that once the Potsworn have their perfect workshop again, we will commence the feat with all haste. You and the third promise can assist Helphand Rock. You other four follow Roderick. Redrock. There are other help hands in need of hand lending.
I really appreciate you pitching in. I mean, what I said at many fires, there'll be no more feigning strength, no more playing as being an invincible promise. If there's one thing I've learned on this journey, it's how practiced you are at aiding those in need. And I mean to make the most of having such an incredible mentor at my side. Now let's find this Rack-a-Rock fellow and see what we can do for him. Indeed.
Rack-a-Rock cannot meet his obligations without more help hands. The pot pact is broken and the pots are emptying. You've come to aid Rack-a-Rock. Rack-a-Rock accepts your hand lending with his joyous, smiles. If we can offer the Potsworn their promised good living, we might save the day yet.
Whatever you need.
What Rack-a-Rock needs is for new help hands to create good living for Potsworn Kahi. The help hand assigned to Kahi was hurt during the Rock Reign, so Rack-a-Rock took over, but he knows nothing of Kahi. What does Kahi want? What does Kahi need? Help hands do not bother the Potsworn with straight tasks. Our job is to observe and anticipate, to perhaps prepare things with guess think. Please guess think with Rack-a-Rock, find out what Kahi is lacking so we can provide it.
You can count on us. This is where Kahi works, is it? Let's take a peek inside then. That must be Kahi. It'd be a lot quicker if we would just talk to him. But that's not the way they do things around here, apparently. We'll have to leave him be and try our hands at some guess think. Inspect the workshop. You may move the camera. Oh, God. This damn shit. I like to make things overtly difficult just to make them difficult. I'm gonna assume one of them is it's too hot in here for him. Hence why he is yeah. Well, he has no shortage of crafting materials. There must be something else he's missing. He barely touched his meal. This dish is meant to be eaten hot, or it loses its savor. Those twos are looking pretty worn down. Maybe it's time for some new ones. He must be boiling, sitting so close to the furnace. And there's no airflow to speak of. How could anyone work in that stifling heat? After taking a good look, I think I have an idea of what things Kahi might want to improve his workshop conditions. Let's head back outside and talk to Rocco Rock.
You made your observations. What did you guys think?
First off, I noticed that Kahi hasn't touched his food, and an empty belly can't be good for his concentration. Maybe the cooking isn't to his liking.
But our food is very mouth-pleasing. Why wouldn't he want to eat it? But Rakarok is sure of nothing when it comes to Kahi's tastes.
I can help with that. My brother Kona is also a Hetsaro, and while everyone has their personal preferences, there are some they tend to share. Like an aversion to piping hot dishes. If it was brought to him like that, Kahi probably wouldn't have been able to eat it until it cooled down. And by the time he came back to it, he might have found it cold and unappetizing. The simplest solution is to serve dishes that taste good no matter the temperature.
Rakarok never would have thought of that. Would the third promise mind explaining these things to our cook?
Not at all. But I don't think that was the only reason Kahi couldn't concentrate. The Hetsasaro homeland is hot and dry, but even Kahi seemed to be suffering in front of that furnace. Is there any way you could cool down the workshop?
Oh, we could try a draft shard. That might, they make a lovely breeze.
Do you know where we can get one of those?
You could gather them from the shores of no return. There are many old boats there, abandoned by those who gave up on their search for the Golden City.
So we salvage them from the wrecks. Could you handle that for us, Angelus? Yeah, I got you. Oh, and one more thing. From what I could tell, Kahi's files and saws and things were very worn down. Maybe a new set of tools is in order?
Bah. Rakarok was too preoccupied with stocking materials, a serious oversight, which he will rectify. Supplying good tools for good living is a help hand's responsibility.
You could gather the... What? You gather the thing from the Special Olympics? You gather them from the God damn it. Then we all have work to do. We can meet back here when our tasks are done.
The shoals of no return are past the crags. Through a tunnel southeast of here, you should be able to spot the passage from just outside the village.
Yay, now I get to go gather some shit. Interesting. You're Angelus, aren't you? What brings you on here? Ah, the issue with caring for the Potsworn. When they approached me with the same promise, suggested they commission artisans in the Charlian instead. The quality of craftsmanship would be guaranteed after all. However, the Moblins did not care for the idea. Surely, it would be more effective to engage a uniformly trained collective. I cannot understand their fixation on individual contracts. Perhaps the customs will make more sense once we begin the feat of pots. Until then, we've been deemed unfit to assist in the matter of help hands, and are instead tasked with tending the injured. We were on our way back from procuring herbs for Yorange, in fact. The settlement of Kozumakuka, too, have been isolated by the storm's destruction. What would have become of the wounded had we not found a way there? Should I become Dawn Servant? One of my first acts will be to establish reliable trade routes to the capital, when I imagine how much good we can achieve from with Charlian technology. My apologies. I have much to consider. If you'll excuse us. We'll meet again soon, I'm sure. Take care, Angelus. Later, Thancred. You spot the tunnel opening. Head through the passage to the shoals of no return and recover the drafty shards. Mind crystals.
This is that a cool breeze? Rock feels? Yes, thank you for finding a drafty shard. Rock will add it to the new set of tools he brought.
An icon bearing good food tidings. The cook has prepared a feast fit for most discerning Hitsaro, and it's on its way even as we speak. Let's go in and see what Kahi thinks of our efforts. I was wondering what occasion called for me to receive so many visitors. A fine meal, new tools, and a welcome source of cool air. Now I remember why I signed a pod pact. I am grateful for your kind consideration. Allow me a moment or two, and I'll reciprocate with a piece worthy of a potsworn. Two and a half minutes of RP until Arthas dies, and I can find out if I got my horse. An oil lamp to brighten the Hall of Valak Shunsa. The craftsmanship satisfied Earthenshire's reputation for quality and trust.
Such luster, such brilliance, truly a gift fit for the Dawn Servant.
I'm glad you like it. Considering the time I've wasted till now, I hope to continue crafting at this improved pace. I have a contract to fulfill after all. Damn gobos. Oh, only a minute. Forgive my interruption. Bamatilla T.I. I am told the Elector has deemed the crisis past and is prepared to task us with defeat. That's great news. Thank you for letting me know. So this is the craft of the potsworn. It is indeed a masterful piece. Thank you for your words of praise, Second Promise. I drew inspiration from Kazama Uka's natural beauty and sought to capture it in my work. I wonder why the Moblins did not simply build a workshop in the city, and now I have my answer. Even Charlotte Goldsmith could not easily replicate such exquisite artistry. One cannot create great things if one lacks creative impetus. Tolio, fortunately, does not want for inspiration. Anyone wishing to learn the basics of a craft would do well to study it there. I was raised among at Sorrow, more traditional than most, and the shared ingenuity of Tyrol's various peoples are eye-opening. You lived as a traditional Hetsaro? I have few fond memories of nomadic life. Interesting. Rock is very grateful of you. Grateful to you. Oh, didn't score with Aubrey. No horse. Damn, that sucks.
Thank you for both your hard work and clever guessing. When it comes to help handing, I know the Patsworn really is important. Knowing the Patsworn really is important.
Well, that's true for pretty much everyone you meet. It's a lesson I've had drummed into me several times already on this journey. That's cool. It's pretty badass, actually. Just gotta get my Death Knight to that point, or Dark Knight to that point. The elector bids the claimants assemble in the large building on the west side of the village. I will head over after finding Tancred and Yoranger. I also ran into the Levelor twins on the way here. I took the liberty of directing them to the venue. Ah, shit. Anyway, let's not keep Red Rock waiting. How is that the same? Yeah. Give me that card.
Rhetoric thanks you for assisting Helphand Ruckaruk. She will announce the feat once the other claimants arrive, so please be patient a little while longer.
I was debating Uldar, but I hate how long it takes, yeah. Oh, for, what's his name, the head mount. I'm happy to report that we were able to convince one of the Potsworn to stay. How did you fare? So you managed to do the same. Splendid. Welcome to Earth.
Shire first promise. We support your plans for Salt Crossing and the new Potsworn they will bring. How the mighty Zoralja. He cleared my piles of rockfall as if they were pebble stones. The resilient son of Dawn Servant.
Zoralja was clearing fallen rocks. I'm surprised that he would volunteer his time for anything unrelated to the contest. Well, we meet again. Just in time for the feat to begin. I'll bet he was already there, laying low while the rest of us did all the work.
Claimants, your attention, please. As Rhetoric has explained, many of our Potsworn left us following the storm. The precious metalwork crafted by those artisans bring in much jingly shine from across the salt. Should our stream of trade goods dry up, Earthenshire will suffer. Totally all merchants will suffer.
Yeah, Miminom's head, yeah. Yep.
So Rhetoric sets you this feat. Each of you are to find one clever hand goldsmith to bring back here to us.
So we're to recruit new Potsworn. Makes sense for the feat of Pots. Calling this a feat does not justify taking advantage of the claimant and their influence. How does finding workers for you demonstrate their worthiness for the throne?
You are free to refuse Rhetoric's request. You will be happy to inform the Dawn Servant of Zoralja disqualification.
The right is means to an end. The step we take to get there are not important.
And Rhetoric declares the feat of pots begun. But remember, a pot pact must be agreed to willingly. No grab snatching or deceitful tongue flaps.
Yeah, don't be a dick about it. They must consent. The electorate said nothing of taking a willing artisan from a rival. Which is exactly what we should do. A fine suggestion, brother. I'm glad you think so, brother. Come, let us lay our plans. That nasty breeze up to something. Alright, he may seek to delay us again, as he did on the river. We can but remain vigilant while we plot our course. What do you think, Waclamat? Have you any candidates in mind to satisfy this feat? Oh, I know a person. That person we met in the thing that was looking to be a goldsmith. I know some artisans amongst my supporters, but they're all in their twilight years. But we got one. I couldn't ask them to give up the comfort of toil to live in this remote village, no matter how beautiful the scenery. Meanwhile, Kona probably has 100 young craftspeople to choose from. Not that I am comparing us, you understand. That's just a statement of fact. I suppose we could try asking around what you may quickly. Seems a logical place to start. Back to Toliol it is. Wait, does that mean we have to take the boat again? No, I can't do it. Can't stomach another boat ride. I said I should share my burden, so I will speak plainly. The truth is, I get really sick on boats. No shit. Waclamat, this is hardly news. But it was brave of you to admit in any case. We won't be fighting the current this time. Heading downriver will be much more smoother. Well, that, and we can... It will? Are you sure? I'm positive, mostly. This Aether current, like, they have the Aether crystal. Let's take the Aether crystal back. See? Ugh. I need a movement. Upriver, downriver. Oh yeah, Cocktum. It's too rough for me. The nausea is a bit more unbearable now that I've stopped trying to hide it. But I'd still rather not set foot on a boat if I can help it. Alright, I think I'm ready. Let's see if Master Robley can help us recruit a potsworn. Hey. Oh, there's a poison ale. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Should give me the 30 MGP too. What are these? Crafter shit. MGP. Should be that guy that we got to work with this dude. Greetings, Third Promise. What brings you back to Wachamikwi? You've not chipped your axe again, have you? No, Master Ropley. Actually, I have a favor to ask. So, what do you think? Do you know any craftsmen who might be interested? Filching my artisans for the moblins, huh? Well, seeing as it's the Third Promise making the crest, I'm willing to look the other way if one of them decides to take you up on the offer. Only I can't think of a suitable candidate off the top of my head. Who do I know with the master of goldsmithing that would also have no qualms about relocating to Earthenshire? The Orsian goldsmith, what about him? What was the Elzine man who just started working here? You mean Fonjantine? He did say he was employed at some fancy jewelry store across the salts. And considering the distance he's already come, I'd like to think he wouldn't mind moving a little upriver. That said, he's only just got himself a new job, so it's too soon to ask him to sign a pot pact. There's no harm in making the offer. Once he hears how well the Potsworn are treated, he may even jump at the chance. Either way, you won't find Fonjantine at his workbench at this hour. He's finished for the day, probably enjoying a meal over at Zabial's tea. Then maybe we should go and talk to him, just you and me. Since he knows us, I wouldn't want him to feel intimidated by having to deal with a crowd of new faces. The two of us can handle this. Take a rest at the cabins if you like. Right, let's go and see the man about a pot. Oh, Angelus, you're here too. The third promise said she wanted to chat. I've just finished eating, so shall we find a quiet spot outside? The last time we talked on this beach, you were in a miserable state. Yes, I was, wasn't I? I lost Saul until the two of you came along and helped me rediscover my purpose. My new place of employment has been most welcoming, and for the first time in a long time, I feel content with my lot in life. That's wonderful. So, what is it you wish to discuss? Well, it's hard to ask this right after you've settled in, but I'm looking for someone to become a potsworn. I've heard my new colleagues mention the term. That's where when an artisan signs a contract to work for the moblins, isn't it? But you're not a moblin. I'm not sure I understand. It's for a feat in the rite of succession. I need to bring a new potsworn to Earthenshire. So that is the way of it. We've barely met, and after pushing you to work in Miqui, I'm not demanding you throw that away and sign a pot pact instead. It's a selfish request, I know. I have something to tell you, Third Promise. The other day I completed the necessary procedures for immigration. I'm pleased to say I'm now an official subject of Toliol. I have even endeavored to learn what I can of my new nation, beginning with the right of succession and its claimants, including you, of course. Now, you will recall, it was my father's example which led me to pursue goldsmithing. He was at East End when Garlean forces laid siege to the settlement, and in the ensuing chaos he was slain. War took him from me in an instant, the man I loved and admired. I never wished to suffer such a loss again. And so, as much as I am indebted to you for turning my life around, it is as a fellow peace-loving Tolil that I want you to win the throne. And if I can help you achieve that by signing a pot pact, then I shall gladly do so. Enfant gentil, thank you. I shall return to Master Ropley and inform him of my decision. Allow me. I'm the reason you're leaving, so I should be the one to deliver the news. Perhaps you remember me, Brokavu, owner of Zbaliov Tea. I'd like a word if you don't mind. You're Waklamot's ally from across the salt, right? And a hero of some renown, too. If the gossip is to be believed. Well, as it so happens, I could use some heroic help. Doesn't need to be right now, but could you come by when you have a spare moment? Much appreciated. I'll be waiting for you at my shop then. Whatever could he want? Can now gain access to role quests. Speak with Brock Avu and pursue new adventures as you progress through the rite of succession. Oh, nice. Okay. this way first. We'll do all that quest later. Master Ropley, I am sorry to have you have to tell you this, but Fonfontaine has agreed to sign the pot pact. Yes. Well, it is a shame to lose a capable goldsmith. To have one of our own handpicked to serve the third promise is a great honor for Wachamiquikwi. I appreciate your understanding. Of course, if you happen to know other talented artisans, regardless of their expertise, I hope you send them my way. It could even be yourself if you're so inclined. I'll keep that in mind. Though my time here was brief, I will not forget your kindness, Master Ropley. I am blessed to have these workshops be my first home in Toleleol. Come back to us if the moblets cut you loose. You always have a job at Wachamiquikwi. Except you'll want to leave the Earthen Shire as soon as possible. I'll go and pack my things. What became of Fonfontaine? Were you able to find him? We did, and he's agreed to become a potsworn. We'll leave when he's ready, but you still have a little time. Splendid. We shall meet you in on. I had plenty of reasons to win the contest, but now I have one more. Fonfontaine putting his faith in me, and I won't let him down. Excuse me. Wait. Right then, I have some things to take care of at the palace. While you could pass the time however you like, I suggest you head back to the cabins. After all, even heroes need to rest, and we still have a big journey ahead of us. Alright. Welcome back, sir. You've had a Landsguard messenger most anxiously waiting on your turn. Angelus of the Third Promise. This is Entourage. I've been all over the city looking for you. Dawn Servant summons you to the palace. You are to present yourself to the gate guard stationed outside Sunperch at your earliest convenience. Oh, and one more thing. You are not to mention the visit to Walk Lamont. Oh, alright. Interesting. What is this guy want from me? It's awfully interesting that he wants a meeting with me. And he doesn't want his daughter knowing. And this is where she was going too. So That's a little odd. The Dawntrail relates to be within. While I was not informed of the reason for your attendance, in terms of attire, I would suggest full battle regalia. Alright.
Forgive me this sudden summons. When I learned my daughter's champion was back in the city, I couldn't resist the opportunity. And they call me head of resolve for good reason. Old as I am, I have not lost a battle worthy of the name since the day I took the throne. And I've been craving a proper challenge. The Lance Wielder, Stinian, he fought well enough, but our bout was ended before a victor could be decided. Judging by the sailors' gossip, you are a warrior of renown in your homeland. Yet I wonder, with all your deeds done and victories won, are you warrior enough to stand against me?
So long as neither of us gets too carried away, why don't we find out?
A spirited answer. Why not indeed? The battle rages upon me. I'll stop short of killing you, of course. But expect no other mercies. Come! Ready your arms and show me the truth of the tales.
Hell yeah.
Give it your all! I want to fight to remember! Let's test the waters. Didn't even blink. I see you know the Viper style. Ha! Let's see how you handle this.
Holy hell.
The spearman did not lie. Very well then.
Oh, what the fuck?
Resolve and wisdom kingdom. All right. Did you think you had my measure? Take this! Still holding up? We're far from finished!
Shit.
No more holding back! Stay alert!
Shit, I missed that one.
You'll fight well indeed.
Fuck. Fucking A. the fuck? Whew.
That will do. You've shown me more than enough.
That was pretty awesome, though.
I brought my full strength to bear against opponents before, but you are the first to withstand it. Even with my head of reason asleep, I never expected you to give me so much trouble. Estinian did not exaggerate. You are a force to be reckoned with. Confession. I said I'd crave a challenge, and that was no lie. But I had another reason for calling you here. I had to judge for myself if you were fit to attend my beloved daughter. In some respects, she is much like me. Hard-headed and prone to rush into danger. But one with your talents could readily dispatch the threats that bar Lamachi's way. Will you hear my question and answer me plainly? Address me not as the ruler of Tuliyola, but a concerned father. Thank you. Then tell me, given your journey together thus far, what is your impression of Lamachi? Whether he be as their promise or just a companion on the road. Speak your mind.
She's young, but has potential. She is not ready to rule. She is young, yeah. I'll give you that. She's young and she's got him. She just needs the push.
Ha! A tactful response, but agreed. She is not ready for the throne. Not yet. Lamachi thinks she understands our many peoples. Their histories, their cultures, their beliefs. But she knows only what she's seen in the capital. And it's not only her who concerns me. Even this early in the contest, you must have realized. As potential rulers, all four claimants are lacking. This is why I elected to hold the right of succession. Not to choose a fitting candidate, but to cultivate one. And if no one has impressed me by the end of it. Then to no one will I yield my throne.
Well, that's good to know.
As a parent, I pray that my children rise to the occasion. With outsiders dragged into my game, I am also hopeful that the different perspectives you and your companions have to offer will inspire them to grow. I imagine you in particular have traveled many lands, know many peoples and cultures, loved them and being loved in turn. Guide Lamati as you think best. Walk at her side and, when needed, push her to walk ahead.
I knew it. There I was, about to sit down for some of Namika's cooking, when I heard that Papa had sent for you. You were dueling behind my back, weren't you?
I see there is no point in denying it. You needn't worry, daughter. I took care not to inflict lasting injuries. You and your ally may return to the contest without disadvantage. No harm done.
I swear, just as I was learning newfound respect for my father. Let's take our leave of this battle-mad oaf before he calls on the rest of my entourage.
Watch over her, champion. Kona's recruits are no less sharp, as one might expect of Galloff's countrymen. They saw the flaws in our claimants from the outset. The other two, though, they dismiss comrades willing to point out their shortcomings, and no good can come of it.
Didn't get the head either, damn. That sucks. That's a amount I don't have either. No matter how many times I freaking did that. Second. If he had his way, Papa would keep dueling until the day he dies. Even now, I know of only 3 people who didn't need to be carried away, even thereabouts. Zorolja, your lance-bending friend Estinian, and yourself. You really do live up to your fearsome reputation. I'm curious though, did Papa want something else of you? A small favor, nothing more. Well, if that's that's all it was. I still haven't had one bite of Namika's food, thanks to Papa's nonsense. So I'm going back to finish my plate before I head out. I've otherwise asked everyone to meet at the 4 guard cabins. Come and join us after you've had a moment to recover, huh? It's like the ashes, too, of a loon. That mount. I don't have that either. And I've done that I don't know how many fucking times. The drop rates in that shit is so low, it's just not even worth it half the time. Give me a second, I'll be right back. I'm gonna use the restroom. Alright, we're back. Speaking of horrible, unskippable RP, yep. Yeah, that shit sucks too. In between the phases, you have to freaking wait for him to RP and all that stupid shit. Stuff at this point should be skippable. That's why I like this game. There might be dungeons and stuff, but there isn't any like RP shit. Once you see a cutscene, that's it. You don't see it again. Unless you do New Game Plus. Sorry to keep everybody waiting. Is that it? You're all set to go? I left Eorza prepared to travel in search of work, so I had a few belongings to begin with. Bidding farewell to my fellow artisans took rather a lot of time, however. Again, I appreciate you making this commitment, Fonjantine. Shall we depart to Earthenshire then? A word before you go. Evu, what are you doing here? Huh. I spend my days correcting manners, and here I am perpetrating the grave offense of delaying the third promise's departure. Please take up your axe and rend my flesh unto taco meat. Must your demands be so gruesome? Besides, I told you that kind of thing doesn't bother me. Alright then, I won't let it bother me either. What was that all about? I'd come to the city to purchase supplies when I spotted your entourage getting ready to leave. You seek the city of gold, if I'm not mistaken. That's right. It's the final step of the rite of succession. If you know anything about the subject, I'd love to hear it. Then allow me to be of service. As you know, the legends of the Golden City have been passed down in Toral for 1,000 years. Yet, when it comes to describing the place itself, the stories do not always agree. Some portray it as one might expect, a glittering metropolis of golden towers. Others suggest it is more unassuming and owes the name to a fabulous treasure hidden at its heart. Every telling, however, has a common thread. Those who go in search of the Golden City do not return. The lesson to be learned from this third promise is that to seek the legend is to court death. I must implore you to proceed with the utmost care. That is all I wish to say. I shall pray for your safe journey. Thank you, Book. Evu. I'd wish I could see the Wrathgate for the first time again. That was amazing. Yeah, it was. That's why I like this game. Like, you can go to your inn, and there's a thing that you can do that's New Game Plus. You can go through the whole story all over again. And see all the cutscenes, do all the shit, and everything. You won't get experience for it, but if you want to relive all the shit, you can. Which is pretty cool. So that way, like, cool, memorable things that you wish you could see again, you can. What are we to make of these cautionary tales? If every expedition has ended in tragedy, how then did the Dawn Servant find the city and return without incident? It seems the legend originated from the Yakuid. Speaking with them remains our strongest lead, I feel. A lead we shall follow in time, but first, let us see Fanjantine safely into the Moblin's care. There's only a couple things in this game that aren't skippable, and that's the cutscenes in the main scenario, because it's like a main thing, and they do that because people that are just going through it, they don't want to be able to, you know what I mean? They want everybody to be able to wait for those people to get through the cutscene so they can go and not just skip it all.
Finding a willing artisan was even easier than expected. Many indeed are eager to curry favor with the Resilient Sun, especially if it means sharing the promise of new territories.
Those who prove useful will have all the land they desire.
Interesting.
Such generous words, yet the manner in which he speaks them. If neither wealth nor territory are of value, wherefore does he seek to bring the world to heel?
Interesting, even his right-hand man doesn't quite understand.
Step aside.
Remind me. There was no rule against poaching craftsmen from other claimants. Was there?
Do not be foolish, Bakul Jaja.
Foolish would be carrying on with these dull feats when all I need to win are the keystones. And besides, it's long past time I humble this arrogant one-head. The Dawn Servant may have sired you against all odds, but there is nothing blessed about your birth. Only a two-head is fit to rule. Only we are worthy. Draw your weapon! Face me in battle, and learn your place.
A moment, first promise. Leave him alive, if you would. I foresee a use for this nuisance.
Too scared to make the first move? Then allow me! But he's just a runt.
My thanks for your restraint.
I can kill him whenever I please.
Damn.
Your part in this is far from over.
We're back, and we brought with us willing Patchworm. This is Fonjantain, a talented goldsmith who once worked at Esteem's Aesthetics in Ola. Wonderful, impressive.
Wonderful, impressive. You are first to return, Third Promise. And with an artisan from across the salt, no less, we welcome you and your unique skills to Earthen Helphand will show you to the work pot.
This is it then? I look forward to hearing you proclaimed Dawn Servant. Thank you, Fonjantain. I'll be sure not to disappoint you. Second. You have
You have reached the requirements of the Feat of Pots. Rhetoric presents your keystone with joy smiles and well-wishing.
Yeah, there it is. That makes 3. Excuse me.
More Potsworn candidates, come, tell Rhetoric your tales.
Another feat accomplished, another keystone acquired. Ho 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 ho, you are doing well. I expected nothing less of Zoranjal's esteemed siblings. Your cleverness is most admirable, Second Promise. We must have you apply that Sharlian knowledge you so cherish and arm Toril with weapons of Magitech design. In your role as the new Dawn Servant's chief advisor, of course. Your tours of war hold no interest for me. I wish only only to improve our nation through practical innovations. Foreign powers will think twice about testing our strength once Taliol is known for its advanced technology. Just as the Garlean Empire was deterred from invading Charlian. That may well be true, but how long will it take Taliol to progress to this advanced state? How many years? With the collective commitment to education and hard work, it should not take very. Your way is too slow. Easier to expand our territory and swallow Charlian whole. Conquer other nations through force of arms, and you're looking at a future of uprising and bloodshed. Yours wouldn't be the first failed empire. Then we keep fighting until this mountain cost convince them to lay down their weapons, until all have grown tired of loss. How would such an outcome bring anyone joy? What you propose is a mockery of peace.
Rudderrock is reminded of days long ago. In this time, before Taliol, there were no pot packs for the pot swarm. It was normal to grab snatch artisans and force them to work for mobbies. Until that day, Gulol Jaja arrived, the families of the Grab Snatched pledged with him, and so he came to Earthenshire. Mobbies are not a warm-make people. We feared death had come for us, but Gulal Jaja just wanted to talk.
Be at ease. We are here to trade words, not blows. The gold work crafted in this village is superb. One can tell at a glance the quality of materials used, the mastery of technique employed. Yes, it is not does not stir the heart. A goblet shaped by bound hands and broken spirit is devoid of luster. Compare that how to the works of joyful artisans. She pours her very soul into her creations and then shine like the newly risen sun. Have you not seen this to be true?
And so began the custom of good living. Happy potsworn were good works, and good works make mobbies happy. Gulul Jaja's words were wise, joy smiles, did indeed bring fine craft and much jingly shine.
So the head of reason was behind the forging of pot packs?
Yes, reason and clever thing changed Mobby's way of life.
Their first promise tries Tires of talk of olden days. We would rather look to the future and the next feat. We should be getting on as well. Bakujaja never did come back, did he?
Do you have a moment, Third Promise? Rockarock would repay you for hand help with Kalhi. He brings a tale of the Golden City.
Really? I'd love to hear it.
The towers, the streets, all fashioned with gold. Everywhere you look, every splendor you can imagine. The young, the old, and everyone in between, they live in golden happiness, a city of an eternal bliss, forever perched above the clouds.
Watch what's in the sky. Everything fashioned with gold, huh? And just imagine everyone living in golden happiness. Now that's a city I'd like to visit. Excuse me, Rock. Where did you hear that particular tale?
From our longtime Yokhoi friends. They live up in the mountains in Orkopacha.
The giants again. Seemed everything is pointing us their way. This feat and everything leading up to it, has taught me much about the Bomling way of life. I'll be sad to leave Earthenshire and your joy smiles behind. Like gold shitters too. Right, we should go and see the giants next. Agreed, golden mysteries notwithstanding, their village is featured prominently in the saga and is not to be ignored. The Urkopacha highlands should be easy enough to reach from here. If we leave Earthenshire from the west, there's a road which leads up into the mountains. Let's find that first. Alright, let's do these quests here. Are you Angelus? Are you not? We who had been strength-lending to Wukalamat could, Mavamok asked that you strengthened her in turn. The master is this. Mavana Crafthand is retire after long years. He slips that he intends to fancy craft one last masterpiece before he does so, but for this he needs the hand help of a strange face to the village. Onfroy is his name. He is always very murky-worded with his requests, so Mavamuk is not sure what hand help he needs, but if you could exchange tongue flaps with him, she would be very, very happy feels. Okay. Danger streets. Vendavok's Twinklercraft has gone missing. Vendavok asks all around the village, and some say that we went to pay a visit to the Imperius, the giants. Prey Place, but Prey Place is dangerous place, full of friend-munching fiends. You are a fighter, are you not? Will your swords lend our Vendivok and save her dear twinkle crafters from certain doom? Jeez. Like gold shitters too? Maybe. If it is a golden city, even the shitters are gold. Yes, I am on Freud. Do I know? Wait, aren't you the friend of the Third Promise, the adventurer from across the water, who was asking about the pot packs? Oh, I see. Mavamuk sent you. I only said I needed the help of a stranger to Earthenshire. Trust her to pick an honest to goodness hero. The task I have for you is but a trifling one, but it's very near and dear to my heart. I wanted you to find out all you can about Mavamuk. There's nothing untoward about it, I assure you. I'm interested in what she's interested in, her hobbies, her likes and dislikes, what she holds dear, and so forth. But for certain reasons that I'll share with you later, she can't know this. We've been working together for decades, but now, as my pot pact is about to end, I find that I know next to nothing about her, but perhaps others who work closely with the Moblins might. Okay. Mavamuk and Anfrua. Yes, I know the pair well. She's famously very protective of him, sometimes even rejecting his patron's orders outright. It's not that she thinks him unequal to the tasks, you understand. Quite the opposite, in fact. She knows how excited exacting his standards are, and how discontented he would be if his work failed to meet them. So anytime a patron attempts to have him lower his standards or design something differently to how he judges best, Mavamuk will always leap to his defense. As for what she enjoys, well, her delight in Onfroy's creations has not dulled at all in all the years they've worked together. I should think she likes nothing more. What does Mavamuk value most? Her potsworn, of course. Any Moby who says otherwise is a fib speaker. She keeps the treasure he gave her heartside at all times, or so she once slipped to Tarnautic. He hasn't a flimsy thought what his treasure might be, but whatever it is, it's sure proof of the friend blood between them. Uplander wants to know the brain tickles Mavamuk. That's an easy ask. Mavamuk never lip flaps about anything other than her potsworn Onfroy. She says he is just as good a tricksy crafter as he is a crafty tricker. Always playing crafty tricks. One day, Onfroy draws little arrows around the village, showing Potsworn how to leave Earthenshire without hams eye-catching them. Many laugh-minded pot fiends follow the arrows and leave for secret hide place in the woods. Mobbies are frighty feels over disappearing Potsworn. Potsworn come back all glitter teeth, but help hands are steamier. all except Movamuk. She goes around the village saying guilt words to every mobby for Anfui's sneaky trick, Depart. Though it is clear that she has nothing but happy feels to have him back. Alright. Oh, it's a vendor. Nice, I got 12 million. Or 5. Wait. Yeah, 12 million. Ah, you're Max. So what did you find out? Huh. She really thinks that much of me. They say that Moblin Hellhounds love nothing more than helping their charges, and it seems it's true. Though it wouldn't hurt for her to show it a little more often. But that's not the only thing you learned, and I thank you for it. You've given me exactly what I needed, so I suppose it's about time I told you what I needed it for. The truth is, is Angel still hard at hand helping? Yes, he is. So I'll thank you for not bothering us. Did you remember that I specifically asked you to leave me be until my work was complete? Always such angry words. Movamuk means no bother. Just needs to do daily mob duty, sharpening tools until they sparkle shine. And I'm telling you that I don't need you to. Not now, anyway. I'm almost retired. All my commissions are already dealt with. Until the end day of the Pot Pact, Movamuk must uphold her pact part. It is her duty as a help hand. Why do you always have to be so... I'm sorry, Movamuk, but I'm going to have to put my foot down. I expressly forbid you from touching my tools until my work with Angelus is finished. Then Movamuk will do as Anfroy asks. Though it makes me shamefaced, she will hand turn to other duties. If Anfroy needs her, he has only to hail call. I wish I didn't have to do this, but I'll be needing every one of those tools if I'm to achieve my aim. The aim being to make a farewell present for Movamuk. In all the years I've been working here, she's been my guardian angel, answering every prayer before it even makes it to my lips. Even in these recent times, when the help hands have grown too few for the numbers of Potsworn, her service hasn't lapsed an ilm. Now that my service is coming to an end, I wanted to do something just for her, to thank her for everything she's done for me. Yet, despite her knowing me better than I do myself, I discovered that I didn't really know anything about her at all. I tried to speak with her to learn what really makes her tick, but she always brushed me off, said that her only wish as a humble help hand was to see my wishes realized. That got me thinking, perhaps she and the Moblins might be more willing to open up to someone who wasn't bound by the Pot Pact. Someone like you, and by all the gods, the plan worked. I have an idea for a prison now. All that remains is to craft it, but without Movamuk's help, that might be a little more difficult than usual. If you'd be willing to play help hand a little longer, and to make it worth your while. You're looking for the Twinkle Crafter? That's me. Most likely. I'm one of the Moblin's contracted artisans specializing in jewelry making. And Van de Valk was concerned for my safety, you say. How kind of her to send me my own personal guard. I've even ever been fascinated by the unique visual language of the Yakoin, you see. I often visit this place to bask in its grand, imposing glory. Yet I have never once taken a step beyond this point. The best that lurk within are far too dangerous to risk delving any further. But with you at my side, I can finally make a detailed study of the rest of the ruins. Such as what remains of them, of course. 500 years have come and gone since the giants returned to their ancestral land, and they have not been kind to the creations they left behind. Yet some of the larger structures still remain. This impressive gate, for one. They say that the Yakoi Tower domes above even the tallest Zabral, but I wonder if their architecture might have played some part of in exaggerating those tales. Its sheer sense of scale serving to inflate the giant's own. But enough speculation, let us press on. We have much to discover. Pillar of stones overlooking the nave. Fascinating, isn't the simple combination of geometric shapes naturally draws one's eye to the center, all the while maintaining a delicate balance. As the sun traversed the sky, so too would the shadows of the towers above paint patterns on the ground below. And not just any patterns, oh no, calculations, every stone cut and placed with the mathematical precision, divining the moments of the stars and the changes of the seasons. A triumph of both form and function, true artistry. But wait, what's that over there by the cliff's edge? Quickly with me. Thank you, and forgive me for racing ahead like that. I was so absorbed in examining every elm of this place, I clean forgot the reason I had never done so before. But if anything is worth risking one's life for, it's truly this. Why just look at this tower? It's work of art. To the untrained eye, it might appear like more than a pillar of stones, but look at each brick. Its brick is cut and positioned perfectly to align with its neighbors, and not a drop of mortar to hold them in place. The engravings too surely have some religious significance. They certainly inspire reverence in me. Yes, an inspiration, reverence. That's the thing. Why else would the giants build their temple upon the cliff top, if not to make daily proof of their predominance over those who dwelled in the plains below, those who were beneath them in every way? One cannot help but admire them, that their creation should awe and exhilarate us even now, centuries since they've been gone. Thank you, my friend. My passion for jewelry craft has been cooling of late, but now I am positively burning with inspiration. If the Yankoi creations can echo through the ages, then so can mine, to Irvinshire and eternity. Yeah, let's go to the top of this thing. Big thanks for bringing the Twinkle Crafter back to us. Not only is he safe and well, but full of mind fruit too. He says that he found it in the giant's prey place. The need for mind fruit is common among the Potsworn. Some try to find it in history, some in nature, some even in fire water. It is our side of the pot pack to keep them well supplied with it. A duty that is a constant source of brain pain. But oh, the ideas they come up with when they have it. Such fresh thinking, Vandavok. I can't wait to see what our friendly Twinkle Crafter, Wrangle, crafts next. Oh, I'm missing one. Where the hell is the last one? Currents, so then how the fuck? Nice. I don't know where the fuck. Unless you get it from the quest, but there isn't another thing here. Look at the trail is going to get steep from here on in. I hope everyone is ready for some climbing. Third promise. I am glad I caught you. Rock asked me to bring you back to the village. She says there's something she forgot to give you. Something other than the keystone? Yes, an item of great importance, or so I was told. It shouldn't take long, if you would please follow me. I wonder what this is all about. Well, no need for everyone to come. I'll be back in a little while. This is taking quite a while. Just keep waiting for now, I suppose. Perhaps there were complications. Well, let us wait a little longer. This is getting a little ridiculous. Did she get lost on the way back to find us? But how? There's only one road. I wouldn't underestimate Waclamon's sense of direction or lack thereof. Fortunately, she has a link burrow. Let's see what's keeping her, shall we? She's not responding. Perhaps we should all return to Earthenshire. Because Rock, who had business with her, yes? Or so we're led to believe. Back again so soon? We've come looking for Waclamon. Did you not send someone to fetch her? Redrock did not. Neither has she seen the third promise since you were last here. Then who was that man who came for her? Oh, I thought you'd left already. Where's Lamati? Was she not with you? You don't know where she is. How could you let this happen? That thou shouldst worry for thy sister is understandable, yet rather than assign blame, thine energies are better spent on locating her. I will help you search. This is not how I'd wish a fellow claimant to lose the contest, my sister least of all. In case dividing our forces will allow us to cover more ground. And just and I should work together at least, the better to facilitate communications between our groups. Then the rest of us will split up, report in should you find anything. We'll be on our way as well. Alright, keep in touch. What time we got here? 7:42. Come. We should begin our search. If Lamates was returning to Earthenshire from the west, then she should have passed through here, except Roderick swears she didn't see her. In which case, 'tis entirely possible that Lamate never made it back to the village at all. The only way to be certain is to ask the sentry stationed at the opposite entrance. Third promise, Moby has been standing at this post with different eye watchings. He has seen no claimants pass this way. What of Tanawata with brightly colored hair? Moby knows something of this one. He hears tongue flags about a peddler in many fires who was attacked by a crazy-haired bandit on the road. Bandit, you say? Thank you. You've been most helpful. My sister is clearly not here, though. I wish it was aware otherwise. We must consider the possibility that the Tanawatan, a messenger, and her brigand described by the sentry are one and the same, and that Lamates is in very real danger. Come, let us hurry to many fires. I'd like a word with this peddler should they still be around. Was there something I could help you with? I'm told you were the victim of a bandit attack. Could you recount exactly what happened? My goodness, I thought I recognized you. I'll tell you everything I remember, second promise. It was that scoundrel Waukisa who ambushed me. You know the name of your attacker? There's no mistaking that hair. All my peddler friends have stories of that notorious bandit leader and his predations. Wawakisa and his gang will stoop to any low for the sake of a few pel, and with no fresh quarry coming up the broken stairs, they've had to become more creative. Little wonder he went after Lamate. He likely thinks to ransom her for a royal sum. I expect him to soon make his demands, but I don't intend to wait. We'll find this villain first, and deliver his preserved payment in person. What say you to a small description? I will assume the role of a well-to-do merchant to lure Wawakisa out of hiding then. When he comes sniffing about, we catch that rat by the tail. An excellent plan. I have just the right garments for your disguise. At a specifically discounted price, of course. A brush with bandits hasn't dampened your merchant tile spirit, I see. Very well, I accept your good, generous deal. Now, we lay the beat. Probably going to stop here shortly, since Vinny's stream is starting soon. Now we lay the bait. I will proceed you into many fires to make my presence known. You follow on behind, boasting to those along the way how you paid me a hefty purse in exchange for a rare gemstone or some such. If Wawakisa is coin hungry, as you say, then a recently enriched peddler should be in his irresistible mark. We let him strike, and then we spring our trap. Time to play our parts. Something I can do for you, friend. You have kind eyes, are very full of a rare gemstone from the X17 merchant, you say? I envy the profit he must have made from such a sale. Since the stairs were destroyed, I've not been able to peddle goods at my usual haunts. Ooh. Good start, but I would make certain Wawakisa is aware of me. Let's continue. Yeah, there's Reveille. That moblin over there looks amenable to conversate. The stage is yours, Angelus. What would I do for you? Oh yeah. Well, the head sorrow told you a sparkle stone for your collection. Well, that explains your giant joy smile. Mabi is happy for your happiness. Mabi is also jealous of the merchant and all the jingle shine he must have made. That should be enough. But perhaps one last act to drive it home. You see the truth from home, tell him the tale of your precious gemstone, and then we'll be done with this part of the charade. Now to see a similar smiling face. You care to share your reason for it? I've heard nothing but mumblings and grumblings since the storm path fell. Excuse me. A passing peddler had the very gemstone you sought for your collection. This is a stroke of luck. And I'll wager your merchant has just as pleased to fill his pockets with your grateful coin, huh? Well, I'm inspired to go and earn some pellet of my own. Who knows? Maybe opportunity will find me, even as it found you. Oh, the most valued customer, the profit from my single purchaser should see me through the weeks of idle leisure. Travel with such a fat purse and no sellswords is tempting fate, so I shall make Irlandshire my last stop and then return to forthwith to Tolleal. Did you see? I thought I had to come for a nibble. You played your part to perfection, Andrews. A man of many talents, just as Thancred and Yorange described. Now let us lure Wawakisa out and spring our trap. Let us excuse the final stage of the plan. I will set out towards Earthenshire alone and unarmed, and the better to sell the act of defenseless merchant. Assuming Wamakisa is watching, he will likely wait for some quiet stretch of the road before accosting me. I'll be relying on you to follow closely behind, remain hidden until the time comes to spring the trap on our bandit king. Just remember, we need him alive. Yes, sir. I hear business has been good for you. To you, Master Merchant, how about you share some of the profits? And by some, I mean every coin you have. You're that gemstone collector. Oh, I see what this is. We've been tricked. Yeah, no shit. Spit in your eye, man. Kill this Vidral. Slippery vermin. We have to interrogate his underlings instead. If you would be so kind, and it was pray leave them capable of speech. Yeah, bitches. I was hoping to talk to you with your boss, but I suppose you three will have to do. Wait, that's the second promise. What do you want with us? I think I'm scared of a fancy title. I'll take your royal ears as a trophy as soon as I get free of these robes. I know your gang is behind my sister's abduction. Tell me where she is. Eat packed shit, assault lover. You'll get no answer from us. That's right, we don't deserve you. Do not play games with me. Where is Waklamat? I'm fast losing patience. Talk now or die. The choice is yours. We're hired to nab the third promise. That's all. We don't know where they took her. Hired by whom? We weren't told that either. Only Wawa Kisa knows. He's the one who took the job. Well, it seems we needed their leader after all. Once I've arranged for the Landsguard to take custody of these criminals, I'll call on Thancred and his tracking skills, but perhaps you could pursue Wama Kisa in the meantime. The bandit was running in an easterly direction. Should you locate him, I suggest you shadow him rather than force a confrontation. He might lead us to where Lamatiz is being held. Dude, what the fuck? fuck? The hell are they? We're gonna have to start the fuck over. I think I gotta start over. I'll do this, and then that'll be it for the night. Well, until after Vinny's. After Vinny's, I might boot up another stream and we'll continue. Finally, money, give it to me now. The Landsguard maybe be hunting us already. Calm yourself. We had our own troubles finding a suitable hideaway. Right. We're finished. Take your prize and leave me out of the rest. such hostility. You were hurting for coin, and I offered you gainful employment out of the kindness of my heart. Kindness, you brought and blackened tempest upon us. One look and I could tell that man was a killer, a butcher. They saw the devil in the flesh. Now spare me your fearful bleating. Go on, scamper away now before the scary mercenary comes to claim your head. Kona told me the news. You found the abductor. Then, what's the situation? And you think the bandits were hired by the Hubigo? Or the new strategy forgot Barbakisa and stay on the Amulja's tail. We don't want to endanger the third promise to keep. So keep your distance until we're certain they have her. I'll catch up to you as soon as I am able. Damn it, I gotta follow this dude now too. Nice.
Better late than never. That Mamulja. He's the one who kidnapped Wook Lamart. So we're still unsure. If we can follow him a bit longer, confirm his connection to the abductors. That will complicate matters.
Confound it!
If I set out now, I can trail them along the riverbank.
Do it!
Even if it costs you the contest.
What worth is the throne if I lose my sister to win it?
Very well then. I'll send word when I locate her. Till then, I suggest you save your strength. A rescue attempt could turn ugly.
That Hubigo just now. I swear I've seen him with Bakul Jaja. Knowing the way that monster works, he probably hired bandits to kidnap her so we could steal her keystones. But even alone, my sister is more than a match for a gang of untrained ruffians. She must have been ambushed or deceived. I should have been there! If those bastards have hurt her!
You need to calm down. Be patient, trust, and Thancred. I thought you were the cool-headed one. Be patient and trust in Thancred.
I do trust him, but... Forgive me. Snapping at you won't get my sister back. I'm afraid I've always been like this when it comes to Lamachi. The thought of her being in danger sends me into a panic. But isn't that how families should be? These days, Turali Mikote live however they please. But the clan into which I was born kept to the nomadic traditions of our ancestors. They herded their own neck across the plains, always moving with the seasons. During one such migration, my birth parents left me behind. A child. All alone. Without a single word of explanation. A chance encounter with a kind Pelu merchant was the only reason I survived. Taking pity on me, he taught me his trade that I might fend for myself. I became a stallkeeper in Tuliyolal's market. And that is where the Dawn servant found and adopted me. I had already been in the palace some time when Lamachi came to join us. Like me, she had been cast aside by her parents. I knew the pain of solitude and wanted to spare her that suffering.
That guy doesn't look like he's ever had a gold shitter. Jesus.
As this tiny child's new brother, I swore I would always be there for her. So, as you might now understand, I will stop at nothing to rescue her. While we await word from Thancred, I suggest we prepare ourselves to travel downriver. You have a boat, yes? why release the Pontiff not to delay pursuit? If we were unsure of their guilt before, then this surely proves it. Before we act, however, let us regroup with your comrades. Would you mind making the call?
Understood. We'll meet you at many fires.
I may have put rescuing Lamateus ahead of my own progress, but do not take that to mean I've given up on the contest. I understand how important she is to me, yet regardless of how close we were, I would have made this same choice. After all, I am incapable of saving my sister while also winning the throne. Then I am not fit to inherit our father's heavy mantle. Alright, I think we'll end it there for now. Yeah, I'm gonna go over to Vinny's for the Sunday night roundtable. After that, depending on how late it is, I may end up since I gotta be up late tonight because I work tomorrow night. I might end up doing another stream of this later in the late evening, early morning. So. Take care, everybody. Manliness and Motivation, Johnny Shadows, thanks for being here. Jabron Supreme, god damn it. Just noticed that. So, yeah. So, we'll talk to y'all later, and thanks for being here. Much appreciated. I'll talk to y'all later.